Hello my friends, if you are a pigeons lovers, you must learning how to hand feeding a baby pigeon. If you want hand tame pigeons, it's easy to learn how to hand tame pigeon. We will showing you how you can pigeon baby hand feeding. It's very important to learn how to manually feeding pigeons at different stages of the pigeon's life. Feeding pigeons manually is divided into two parts. The first is feeding to 10 pigeons of suitable size for slaughtering pigeons and using it as a food for a human, and that is in a commercial way. The second part of manual feeding for pigeons is when there are special reasons, like death of one its parents, a pigeon's chicks, or one of pigeon's chicks excellent than the other in size. Feeding the pigeons manually in order to balance the size of the pigeon chicks, and the feeding may be due to a disease. It hit the big pigeon and made it unable to eating, especially if this pigeon is one of rare or high-priced species, or even that of a pigeon with whom we have had a long love affair. In this video, we will learn how to make the tools we need to feeding a pigeon chicks. Also on the tips of foods that we can giving to the pigeon according to the age of the pigeon to being with. We need a 5 cm syringe and a thin hose that you can get it at a pharmacy, or the hose that is used in a bicycle tires that is featured in yellow color. Now you can attach the small hose to medical syringe and you can feed the chicks from the age of 1 day with it. As for pigeons of 10 days or more, we will design other tools for it. This is the medical syringe. We will get rid of the movable back part of the syringe, also the lack of these two ends in the upper part. We will examine the first part completely in this way. Then we cut the cap in circle shape that matches the diameter of the medical syringe. We cut the medical syringe from the bottom in this way. Then put the pigeon food inside the bottle and close it in this way, so it can be used in this way. As for pigeons aged 15 days or more, it can be fed through another tool. Now, we will need an empty plastic bottle and we will cut along with part of bottle. In this way, we put the bottle cap with the medical syringe that we prepared previously and put the seeds through the cut that we made in the bottle. And this tool is only suitable for seeds. Older pigeons can also be fed with it. As for the ingredients of the pigeon food, there are 3 methods that fit the purpose for which we hand feed pigeons. First, if you are feeding pigeons at the age of 1 day because one of parents of the pigeon's chicks was died, there are several suitable foods, including powder baby food or milk with biscuits without fillings, or powder mix with grains, and that is after extracting the powder. Pigeon chicks from 1 day to 10 days old are fed in this way. Important note: when raising the young from the parents after 10 days for pigeon chicks hatching, the pigeon's pair can marry again, and thus we get intensive production from a new cycle from the two pigeons. Production can be marketed commercially, especially if the pigeon's pair has special specifications like raising pigeons or an ornamental pigeon. We can also buy hand feeding method to increase the size of broiler pigeons, especially in large size pigeons such as the king pigeon, the French carnivorous pigeon and other types of carnivorous pigeons. But if the purpose of manual feeding is to increase the size, we move to feeding the pigeons after 10 days of hatching. To feeding the pigeons on the poultry, feed with dry bread and a mixture of grains. The bread should be broken into small pieces, like the size of a grains. We will have the bottle with pure water, and we must put 2 flagell pills or any other intestinal antiseptic to prevent intestinal diseases. This is our famous product in Egypt. Tell me in comment what is the famous intestinal cleanser in your countries. The intestinal antiseptic is dissolved in water. Then half of the bottle is filled with dry bread, then grains, barley, corn, wheat, beans, and lentils. The grains are necessary to prevent diarrhea in young pigeons. The advantage of this mixture for feeding pigeons is that it weakens the immunity of pigeons, so we must use this mixture only if feeding manually for the purpose of fattening as for the old pigeons. We sometimes need to feed the big pigeons, as we mentioned earlier, previously if the large pigeon was unable to eat, for example when it had neck diseases, or if it was of a rare or high-priced type. In this case, we must feed the pigeons a mixture of dry grains, only barley, beans, lentils, and wheat. In this way, tell me in the comment what kind of pigeon do you own, and what kind of pigeons do you dream of owning, and what is your favorite pigeon's type. I hope you like the video. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.